Built between the spring of 1904 and January of 1905, the back shop is a very big building with a very big message. When it was completed, the back shop was the largest industrial building in North Carolina, 150 feet wide, 600 feet long, or the length of 2 football fields. And this very big building was built for a very important purpose. The North Carolina Transportation Museum sits on the grounds of Spencer's Shops, once the largest steam locomotive repair center for Southern Railway. It was essential to keeping steam locomotives and the passengers' goods and raw materials they carried moving through the Southeast. Regular maintenance was key for steam locomotives, and for that they went to the Bob Julian Roundhouse. But when an engine needed a complete overhaul, it was sent to the back shop. The back shop was made for moving steam locomotives in, getting the work done, and getting them out. Those engines would move into the building from the side facing the roundhouse, heading north along what was called the communication track. The communication track is the only one still left in the building. Engines would roll in through that door, and as they came through, parts were removed, labeled, and placed in pits alongside the track. The engines would then be lifted and moved to adjacent tracks for further maintenance. For that, they used 2 60-ton cranes that were original to the 1905 structure. In the 1920s, they added a 90-ton crane for even heavier locomotives. Smaller cranes were used to move parts to the floor from overhead galleys where they were stored. Indeed, an entire mezzanine ran the length of the back shop. You can imagine how busy this place was, how many machines were going at one time, how many workers were here. In 1906, a crane operator dropped a steam locomotive onto the back shop floor. Thankfully, no one was hurt and the engine received little damage, but you can only imagine the reverberation of sound in this huge building. As many as 15 engines could be worked on at any given time in the back shop, but the rule was that once per day, an engine would roll out these doors, headed back to the main line to continue the work of Southern Railway. In 1947, the back shop was upgraded to service the first of Southern's diesel locomotives, but the building, indeed the entire site, was made for steam, not diesel. With new facilities opening, heavy repairs ceased in the back shop in 1960, and the building was used only sporadically afterward. The state of North Carolina took over the old Spencer's Shops beginning in 1977, and the site was in complete disrepair. The back shop was no exception to that. It took 40 years, but in 2017, the back shop was able to be opened fully to visitors, housing artifacts from across transportation history. Continue to learn at home with other great videos from the North Carolina Transportation Museum on Facebook, YouTube, and nctrans.org. The North Carolina Transportation Museum in Spencer is the museum that moves you.